Hi, this is Rio Singh. This is my third edition of my garden diary. I just wanted to start off with typically what I've been having out of the garden the last few weeks as a meal. Um, these are pickled peppers. They're red peppers, but I picked them about 2 years ago and pickled them. And they've been pickled in malt vinegar, and I've just been using these over the last few years. I've got fresh red peppers, which I've picked while they're still green, sweet peppers, and I'm having them in the salad, a few of them, and then I've just got like a bed of lettuce from my lettuce bed, that and the only thing I'm using as a dressing is the vinegar that came off the pickled peppers, and I've got a splodge of Aldi tomato ketchup. It's like a spicy tomato ketchup from Aldi. That's kind of typically what I've been eating for the last few weeks on an evening. And well, let's go and see the garden. So as you can see, my broad beans, they're not flowering anymore, but they still have some fruit on them which I haven't picked. Not that productive this year. I think maybe planted a bit too late, and it's got a bit too hot for them now. I think they're suffering from a bit of sun scorching. Maize is coming along a bit. I've hooked up a sprinkler and I give it a bit of a soaking, but not every day, but every couple of days. Where two of the maize plants had died, I planted a potato. I know they take up roughly the same size, so I thought, why not? Potatoes, they're alright, bit scrawny looking, not as big as I'd expected, not as big as what I can grow in buckets. Onions are doing well, although loads have bolted, and as they bolt I just pull them out and eat them. But yeah, as you can see, not bad. Okay, the French beans haven't done well at all this year. These are dwarf French beans, and I think they've got little tiny dwarf fruits on them, so like doll's house size fruits. But what can you do? That's how it is. Just an outside view of my polytunnel. I've opened that window thing just because it gets so hot in there, and I've opened it next to the tomatoes. The heat, it's because of the heat and of the humidity inside. Let's have a look inside. Okay, so this is inside the polytunnel. I've got the pak choi and the radishes. I took them out of the greenhouse because I think it was just too hot in there for them, and since I took them out, the pak choi has been doing quite well. The leaves were yellowing in the greenhouse and seem to be getting green again now. Unfortunately, I haven't had a crop of them, and I think it's because the soil's just been drying out too quickly in the greenhouse. I've got 6 tomatoes here in a bag. They're the same type of tomatoes as these. I got them locally as small plants, and I think I've shown you in a previous video. But yeah, they seem to be coming along. They've got flower buds on them, but they're not actually flowering at the moment. In the front, it's just some lettuce which I'd put in, and I've been just eating lettuce of that. Unfortunately, it started to bolt as well, and the one which is bolted is really, really bitter. It leaves a real bitter taste in your mouth afterwards, and leaves your mouth quite dry. So I think it might be time to leave the ones which have bolted to go to seed, and then I'll have some seed for next year. This is my main lettuce bed. It's an old recycling bin, but yeah, I've just been getting 2 handfuls of lettuce of this practically every day, and I think for one person that's a perfect supply of lettuce. These I think are a new addition. Basically my boss's boss was giving them away, and she had 8 plants to give away. So I thought, yeah, I can give them a home. And then I put them in these square buckets, which I managed to get from the factory. I think they had some chicken fat in them or something like that. But yeah, food grade buckets. This is my cucumber. It's my Aldi one. I only got one from Aldi. It has got a cucumber on it, and quite a nice big one. And but it's still a bit spiky, so I think let's leave that to put on a bit more weight. Pumpkins, I think probably could do with a bit potting on. Squash definitely could do with potting on. I think they might be a bit pot bound now, but I'll have to do that as soon as. We've got here aubergine. Some flower buds, but not flowering yet. There is an aubergine which is flowering, and I'll come to that later. A pepper. This is one of the ones I was eating. I'll just take the big ones off and add them with my for my tea today. But yeah, I've been eating regularly. Topping up the lettuce and then having it as my dinner. More cucumbers. These were locally bought, and they have flowers, and I believe they do have some fruit on them, but I can't seem to find it now. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, obviously the fruit's behind the flowers. Dope. Another aubergine. This one is about to flower. The flower buds look like they're about to open. Yes. This is some more lettuce and mooli, which is Japanese radish. Another sweet pepper. I think I've had some of this week. Some peppers of this, and a chili pepper yellow. I've not had any of these. These chilies and aubergines are they were bought from Aldi. You can see this one is in flower, and it's it's doing well. Looks okay. Looks healthy. Are the leaves lightening a little bit? Maybe I could do with a feed. I'll give it a go. Yeah, more. These are chili peppers, quite hot. I had one of them yesterday, just the one on with my lettuce, and yeah, it was quite hot. More aubergines and peppers, and yeah, they've got fruit on them, as you can see, and I know you're supposed to wait for the fruits to go red or yellow or whatever, but I've been eating them green, and they're quite yummy. Anyway, let's go on to the greenhouse. Outside the greenhouse, this bed which I dug up is getting stinging nettles going on it again in the corner, so I'll have to give that another go. Onions bulbing up quite nicely. Yeah, looking okay. I've had a fair few bolt on this bed as well, but as they bolt, you just eat them, and yeah, they've been quite nice in my salads in the evenings. This is my potato in a bucket, and as you can see, look, this is one potato in a bucket, and it is probably twice the size of the potatoes in the bucket, so over there, and yeah, it's flowering, and I don't think I'm going to pick it yet. I'm going to wait till it dies and falls over, or the foliage falls over, and then I'll see what I've got inside. Okay, onto the greenhouse quickly. These are my Hungarian hot wax. I had one of these the other day and absolutely blew my head off. They're quite big. They're all kind of, well, the one I had the other day was finger size chili and quite warm, and it's got a few fruits on it, and loads of flowers as well. Same on this side. Fruits, flowers, and doing quite well. Cabbages. Okay, I've never grown cabbages before, and they're just like lanky and don't really look like cabbages, and are having all dry leaves and stuff. I might take them out of here and just put them in the garden and see how they do out there. I've got more cabbages in this. I haven't had the heart to thin them out, so it's hard to choose which ones to thin out. So I just thought, you know, if they have small florets on them, I'll just you know, make do with that. These are dwarf green beans that are inside, and yeah, they're kind of doing alright. I'm gonna have to give them a bit of a picking though, and you know, see where that gets me. Tomatoes are a bit of a jungle. Do you know, these ones I haven't been, you know, you're supposed to like pinch out the suckers. I haven't been pinching out the suckers, so they're just like bushes. They're beefsteak tomatoes. They're, you know, they've got some quite big beefy fruits on them, but none of them have turned red yet. So let's see when that happens. I think when it happens to one and it starts producing the ethylene, and then, you know, you get a bit more fruit on them, red fruit on them, and you have to kind of harvest them all at once. But, you know, or you know, you have to start harvesting them from that time. But let's wait for that. Anyway, that's been my allotment. Oh, this is spinach, which is gone to seed, and I'm just keeping it for the seed really. It bolted, so yeah, I think I should have a fair bit of seed for you know, perpetual spinach next year. I don't think I'll be planting it in the greenhouse again though, because it just gets too hot and it bolts. And my peas, not big producers, these peas, but I have been picking them off and having them in my evening meal salads, and yeah, they've been quite good. I had some earlier on this week, but I can't remember which day. Anyway, is that it? We can have a look at the cabbages down there, and yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye bye.